Yes. 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 Oh, get a little scruff there. A little scruff. Wait till some people pop in here. We'll start talking that shit. Figure it out. How does Kwame Brown have so many people watching him? Do I have to be the number one pick in the NBA? Is that what I have to do to be a YouTube sensation? I have to be the number one pick in the NBA. All right, back to the drawing board. If that's what it takes to be a YouTube sensation, I'm going to have to work on my basketball game. Plain and simple. What's going on? How are you? The captain's here. Jeff Hans is the first comment in the chat. He says, am I the only one? As of right now, there's 6 people watching. You could be the lacrosse guy. The number one lacrosse guy? Is that how I got to do it? Well, let me just start off by saying this. I just got back from the movie theater. That's right. I went to the movie theater for the first time in almost a year and some change. I think the last time I saw a film was probably around Christmas 2020. No, Christmas 2019. And it was a lot of fun. I went and saw The Quiet Place Part 2. Nice suspense thriller. Enjoyed myself. Bought some popcorn, some Coke. I took in the whole movie theater experience, and I loved it. And I didn't have a mask on. It was phenomenal. I was living my life the way you're supposed to live it. Just eating popcorn, old school. I loved it. Everything about it. Just walking in, smelling the popcorn. It was amazing. Of course, I snuck snacks in. That's a Z-Man tradition. Sneaking snacks in. Listen. I know I'm a viral sensation, but I'm still on a budget. Okay, I got a lot of bills to pay. It's been a rough couple months for me in the finances. So shout out to everyone on the Super Chat, the Venmo, the PayPal, the Cash App. I appreciate it. Jeff's in the chat, just chatting away. Any loud commenters? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm putting out a Sit Down Zumock update on my Patreon. If you're signed up for $3 a month, here's what's going on. Sit Down Zumock podcast. If you listen for free, it will only be free every other week. So I want some more rewards for the Patreon members, the people that went out of their way to sign up. I want to take care of them first. They're my P1s. So for as little as $3 a month, you can sign up to my Patreon and listen each and every week. Plus, you get bonus content. And every Monday, I do a podcast with Tony Mazer called Monday with Mazer. So more rewards are coming. I don't have a lot of stand-up booked as of right now, so I'm going to be doubling down on the podcasting and the Patreon. So go sign up if you're not already signed up. Like I said, a little as $3 a month, and you get all that bonus content. I got to do it that way. I got to do more rewards for the Patreon. So I appreciate the people that listen for free. I do. Every other week you'll get it. But if you're on Patreon, you're going to listen to it every week. And I got you. You also get the podcast a week early, too. Jeff says, sorry, Broham, I'm really high. And people talking to a screen out loud in a theater. Okay, this one says, this one's from RJH. Hollywood is all Chinese propaganda now. Only movie I might spend my money in the theater is Top Gun 2, which they showed a trailer and looked great. I'm going to go see Top Gun 2 because I want to see that psychopath Tom Cruise fly an actual fucking jet. Okay, fucking learn how to fly a jet. Not only did he learn how to fly jets, but he knows how to land and take off from aircraft carriers. What a maniac that guy is. But it'll be fun. OCO says, bet you LeBron fakes an injury tonight after the Suns win. I have not been watching the playoffs. I caught a couple glimpses. I'm not a big fan of the NBA product for their involvement in all the social justice nonsense and all the fucking fake propaganda, how they divided their audience, divided the people that watched, and they jammed politics into a sport that I just want to watch so I can escape from. So I'm well aware the Lakers are playing the Suns. I'm keeping an eye on stuff. I guess the series is tied 2-2. I'll be rooting for the Suns. I'm rooting for anybody that beats the Lakers. I'm not a big fan of LeBron James. People back home don't understand. They're like, he won us a championship. I'm like, no, he won himself a championship. He needed that championship more than Cleveland, okay? That secured his legacy. It also patched up the decision because that was a big hole in his reputation. But then LeBron went back to all his old ways, the way he goes right back to fucking being the fucking entitled baby that he is. So thanks for the championship. Goodbye. Jeremy Fletcher, are you excited for the Browns season this year? Of course I am. If you're from Cleveland, you should be. It's a very exciting team, and we've waited a long time for a good Browns team. RGH, did you see John Cena apologize to Mandarin to all of China? What a joke. I heard about it. I also found out John Cena lives down here in Tampa. He lives about 20 minutes from where I live. I just found out. I didn't realize that. Listen, I'm not a big fan of the whole China thing. I think there's some big problems there. And I don't know why these professional athletes get caught up in this shit. I mean, Michael Jordan had my favorite quote of all time. Republicans buy sneakers too. He got it. Don't divide it. Just quit dividing the audience. Love your country. Quit trying to grandstand with this social justice shit. Kyrie Irving. I used to love that guy, Kyrie. Now I can't stand him. Magnus says, how tight are you with Ray DeVito? I love how everyone goofs on how dumb he is. I've known Ray my whole comedy career. Pretty much, I've known him forever. Ray's always been a good guy to me. Every time I went to New York, he let me stay with him. You know, he's sometimes could be the butt of the joke. You know, we all have our little quirks. But yeah, he's a friend. I like Ray. I don't. He's not a malicious guy. He puts himself in those positions from time to time. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, guys? Yeah, if you haven't so already, hit subscribe on my channel. I'm doing a lot more lives, and it's gonna build. I'm gonna build this thing brick by brick. It's gonna happen. I will be a YouTube sensation when it's all said and done. I'm putting it out there. I got a nice back massage today. Feel pretty good. Worked out all the kinks because I'm getting back into the gym. Focused on the gym, baby. I'm gonna start throwing up that weight. Get my six-pack back what I had when I was 25. I was like, I want a six-pack one more time, and I'm talking abs. I've had enough six-packs. I want to have abs before I die. One more time. Just one more time. Let's give it a nice, let's take some abs out for a ride. What do you think, guys? Are you with me on this? Are you feeling it? Are you? You could always email me directly, chadzumach3@gmail.com. If you ever want me to comment or talk about something or just bring something up on the podcast, it's chadzumach3@gmail.com. Send me the email. If you got a local business that suffered through the pandemic, please send me an email. I'd love to promote you. Also, if you want to advertise on the podcast for $100 a month, it's a pretty good deal. Consider some of these ad reads. I will sell the shit. Whatever you're trying to push. You running for something? You got a product that you believe in, an agenda? Send me an email, and we can start making some stuff happen. I can do the live reads on the podcast just for you. I'd rather work with some people individually that are really trying to push their product instead of like Blue Chew or Casper, all the all the ones everyone uses. I'd rather push local and somebody who, like Silk City Hot Sauce, for example. They're the number one. They're the number one sponsor on my podcast, and I have my own hot sauce. If you haven't seen it, it's Seaman's Mango Madness, Florida's greatest tropical sauce. And you can get yourself a bottle. Go to silkcityhotsauce.com. Use the promo code ZUMAC. Get 15% off your order, and they throw in a bottle of cherry Ciroc. I'm the number one seller over there. So try that if you like hot sauce. I love hot sauce. What do we got over here? Mike Schubert. You ever run into an odd impersonator, Jeremy Duet? I know Joyce Duet from Three's Company, but I've never ran into Jeremy Duet. What's his story? Is he related to Joyce Duet, who played Janet? Frank Frankly says, "What's up, Chad? What's up, Frank Frankly?" See, I'll shout you all out. Leave a comment. I'll shout you out. Sometimes these comments can be pretty funny. I've been reading a lot of. I don't read a lot of my tweets because I think Twitter is just toxic. But I've been reading some of the YouTube comments, and they're pretty funny on my videos. So keep leaving the comments if you can. I'm getting a kick out of them. I really am. Yeah, so those are the updates of what's going on with me. I think the changes are necessary to keep it fresh on Patreon. I think I need to switch it up a bit, call some audibles. I've been doing my podcast since 2013. A lot of people start them and stop them. Of course, I'm speaking of Joe Matarese. But I've been consistent with mine. It's been Sit Down Zumock. It's always been that logo. I've never changed. I changed the formats a couple of times, but I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep, doing new things. And I hope you like the direction it's going in right now. It's going to take some time because I'm not Tim Dillon. I'm not making $125,000 a month on Patreon. I'm not Cumtown. But I got a little loyal fan base, so thanks, guys, for all your support. Frank Frankly says, Chad, what do you think about the vaccine? If you really want my opinion, and this might turn a lot of you off, I think it's all horse shit. All of it. I think people found a way to use this virus to move the chains forward and for people trying to get ahead any way they could, from our politicians to anybody. Everyone was trying to use this virus to their advantage. Everybody. When I saw, just look at the statistics. 99.9% chance of survival. You know what that means at my age? That I live probably 3.1 miles from Tom Brady here in Tampa. I have a better chance getting struck by lightning than dying from COVID-19 if I was going to Tom Brady's house. Mike Schubert says, lives in Florida, runs funeral escorts while impersonating a police officer. I was wondering if he was famous all over Florida. I've never heard of him. So no, I'm not getting vaccinated, and because I don't get the flu shot. If I would, here's the thing: I've been living my life, and I'm sorry, call me a spreader, say I'm insensitive to fat and old people, and no, I just knew it was nonsense. I personally believe, and I'm not a doctor, but I have common sense. If you're anybody that's in those conditions of, they can die from pneumonia. If you're overweight and you're old, you can die from pneumonia. So I just thought it was all exaggerated. It really was. I think it was a game of telephone that got out of control. I think it was real, but I don't think it was as deadly as they made it out to be. And I think a lot of people use this to their advantage to this day. Businesses, everybody's trying to move the goalpost forward. Women, everybody, you name it. Doctors' death rate through malpractice causes multiple more deaths per year. There it is, people. I just don't like the people grandstanding, getting on their soapbox. Someone ask me about it, I'll give my opinion. And then, it's my opinion. You could agree with it or disagree. I don't care. It's how I live my life. It's how I live my life. You want to get vaccinated? Go do it. Go do it. I don't care. If you're scared to death and you still have to wear a mask in your car and you're vaccinated and already had COVID, I think you have some mental problems, personally. Personally. Frankly, both sides have definitely used the pandemic to further agendas. Of course. Of course. What makes me laugh is I would go to New York 4 times a year. And I was actually moving there before the pandemic. And Jim Florentine has a podcast on Barstool Sports, told me he went to the city to record his podcast in the city at Barstool Sports. He said the offices were packed. It was packed, full of people. Right up the street, Sirius XM still won't let people in the building. So people are using this to their advantage. Everyone's just totally trying to make their own personal laws and rules up as they go. I mean, think about how ridiculous it was that we had to go up certain ways in the grocery store. I remember going up the wrong way in the grocery store and I got yelled at by someone. I go, "What are we doing? What are we doing? These rules are dumb. They're so stupid." They shut down all these businesses, but yeah, we can all just go into the grocery store. You can go in there, that's fine. Think about it. We all had to go into one place. So the chances of getting COVID was greater because we all had to go to one place. And they tell us to stay at our homes. And that's where they were all getting COVID, at home with their families. It's been handled so poorly, top to bottom, by everybody. Everybody. In fact, they tried to politicize it. It was ridiculous. Mike Schubert, preach. I think Corona was half truth, but all lies. I agree. And it's going to suck because next time if there is ever a serious global virus that really does wipe out people, no one's going to believe anybody anymore because they blew their load. And that piece of shit, Dr. Fauci, at one point was telling you had to wear 2 masks. That guy should be put in prison. Dr. Fauci. Politician. Wear 2 masks. He was telling us to wear 2. How retarded is that? Just retarded. Ooh, my man Gatlinburg Bears just left me a super chat. Shout out Gatlinburg Bears. Dropping $4.99 like a motherfucker. Oh, that's my man over there, Gatlinburg Bears. He says, met you in January when Kevin came down for the weekend. You couldn't have been nicer and more genuine guy. Much respect. Thank you, Gatlinburg Bears. That was very sweet of you. Are you referring to the Tampa Side Splitters? We're at Side Splitters together? I think that's what he's referring to. RGH. What's funny is multiple states, including Florida, have laws saying wearing a mask in public is actually illegal. Search Florida mask law. Well, it's nice to meet you, Gatlinburg Bears. Shout out. It's my man, coming strong, coming live, coming direct, dropping that super chat like bam. He's like, bitch. I appreciate the support. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these lives, guys. I'm going to be ramping this up. This YouTube page is cooking. If you haven't hit subscribe, do it now. I'm going to try to post more content because I got to figure a way how to get off the road, guys. I want to still do stand-up, but I don't want to do that road like I used to. That road will kill you. I love to just podcast and work on my health. Terry Hartford. Have you bought your tickets yet to see Space Jam 2 next month? LeBron needs to pay off those Beverly Hills mortgages somehow. I will not be seeing Space Jam 2. It looks like a pile of shit. It's going to be terrible. I love how LeBron uprooted his whole family out of schools again. His kids didn't give a shit because he wants to be in Hollywood and he wants to hang with celebrities and make Space Jam 2. So I'm going to pass on that. Frank Frankly, what do you think of the Arizona recount? I think it's all horse shit. Listen, I don't care what side you're on, right or left. If you honestly believe Joe Biden got the most votes out of any president in the history of presidential elections, you're an idiot. You're just a moron. It'll come out in a couple years that they rigged it. They did. It was totally rigged. 100%. I drove around the country. I've been around. I've seen the Trump signs. He was beloved. Hated, too, but beloved by people. You're trying to tell me Joe Biden had more votes than Barack Obama. Okay, sure. Okay. Sorry. Don't believe it. I guess I'm an asshole for not believing that they fucking cheated. I'm just glad all the noise is over with. If you're still bitching about Trump at this point, your life stinks. It does. It just stinks. Absent stars. Hey, Chad. You ever hear a story of Bert blowing or being blown by a man in a comedy club? Comedy club closet? Something was said on a recent episode of Skanks. It isn't on YouTube yet, but I heard it on the stream. They didn't say the names, though. I did not hear that. Did you? I don't know anything about that story. I don't know. Were they joking around? RGH says, did you watch Coming to America yet? I went to watch it, but don't want to ruin the original. Yep, I was not a fan of Coming to America. When I shut it off, I go, wow, that's probably the last time I'll watch that. You know, the first one's an instant classic. If it comes on TV, I'm watching it. It's a fantastic movie. They waited too long, and it just wasn't as good. It just wasn't. There were some cool moments, little nostalgia here and there, but as a movie in a whole, I could have passed. The lead guy, Jermaine Fowler, I guess he's a comic. Very forgettable. Very forgettable. I didn't really care about that story. I mean, it's fun. It's not terrible, but it's not good. There's some good moments. You know, if you could watch it for free, go ahead. If you want to kill some time, by all means. But I don't think you'll ruin the original. Absent stars. They weren't joking, but alluded to a story known between Jay and Lewis. Zach Omiko made some bear jokes. Well, I'd like to hear more about that comedy gossip on Bert. When it comes out, timestamp it and send it to me. I'd love to hear what they're talking about. I'm a fan of Jay, Lewis. I don't know Zach Amico. Absent stars. It might be on YouTube. Let me check. Yeah, send me a timestamp if you find it, because I would like to hear what the hell's going on. Speaking of what's going on, if you're just chopping in, like I said, sit down, Zumak. If you listen for free, it'll be every other Wednesday. But every week on Patreon, you can hear it. I just want to give more rewards to my Patreon members. So if you haven't signed up already, go sign up for as little as $3. Tim Dillon's making $125,000 a month, so sign up, motherfucker. I'm just kidding. And MLC, obviously, I do Mondays and Wednesdays with Kevin Brennan, and we do MLF on Friday, the football podcast. So you're getting a Mondays with Mazer on my Patreon, Mondays exclusively. So that's a lot of content coming from the Z-Man. RGH, I still can't believe that they're making a movie of Bert's fake Russia story. I'm interested to see it. I'll watch it. I'm really interested to see it. I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know if Bert's starring in it. I don't know anything. But I will watch the fuck out of The Machine. I remember him telling me that he's a terrible actor, so I don't know how much he'll be in it. That's coming from Bert. I'm not talking shit. He said I'm not a good actor. But then again, he said a lot of things. Bert. Oh, man. Oh, you know what, guys? I might have to cut this short because I got chicken in the oven and I have to go. My washer's broke, so there's a laundromat right next door to my building. So I have to go get my clothes. And I completely forgot about it. I don't know what time they close. So I wanted to hang with you guys, but I'll pop on my phone or something. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll jump on my phone and do the live chat. I wonder if I can do it now. I'm new to this shit, guys, so bear with me. Okay, I got to cover this before I roll out. Leo goes, any thoughts on Whitney's podcast with Giannis and Norman? Yes. I texted Mark Norman. I go, was Whitney on cocaine? I had to tap out after 40 minutes. She was out of control. I mean, she just wouldn't shut the fuck up. It was the whole time I was just yelling, shut up, let it breathe, listen, shut up. Because I love Mark and I love Giannis. I'm not a big fan of Whitney, but it was like, shut up. Just she wouldn't shut. It was like she was on cocaine or something. I was like, what are you doing? So yeah, those are my thoughts on that podcast. They said, oh, we're burning bridges. There was nothing they were saying that was interesting. Nothing. Oh, it's at 1:30. It's at 11:30 on the most recent Skanks. It was probably Owen Benjamin. Even Giannis said she has to be on Adderall during it. Something, man. It was too much. I couldn't handle it. Just like, you got to shut the fuck up. Whitney's on Adderall and antidepressants. Trust me. I believe you. I believe you. Oh, by the way, little inside baseball. That's why you turn into these live streams. Whitney's sister, and don't scare her off, might be coming on Kevin's podcast with us. I'm just putting it right there. We're currently in negotiations, and she's not a fan of Whitney. How crazy would that be? Whitney and Neil are friends. They work together. Now Whitney's sister, who's not a fan of Whitney, Kevin, who's not a fan of Neil, those forces coming together, that's going to annoy the piss out of them. And I enjoy that. I enjoy just being annoying. So stay tuned. Mama's cooking. Kwame Brown. All right, guys. I got to go get this chicken and get this laundry. So thank you for the super chat. Gatlinburg Bears. That was very nice of you. Go sign up to that Patreon. $3, guys. Come on. Bonus content. Somebody focus on that. I got a couple stand-up gigs, but not a lot, so I'm doubling down on this stuff. And thanks for all the and email me if you want to me talk about something on the podcast. ChadZumock3@gmail.com. All right, guys. I'm a YouTube sensation. Smash that like button, like the kids say, and that subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell people they need to subscribe to this channel. And let's just blow it up. And we'll all feel good because we all started together. We came into this shit together and we'll leave together. All right, that's a wrap. Rack me.